There seems to be an increasing spate of armed robberies in the country. What is more worrying is the brazen manner in which these armed robbers shoot sporadically, killing at times their victims and robbing them of their valuables. On Tuesday, the 14th of June 2021, a General Constable of the Police Service, Emmanuel Osei, met his untimely death while on duty escorting a bullion van around Adedinkpo in Jamestown in Accra. Unfortunately, a bystander was also hit by a bullet from these robbers and was killed. On this edition of the Citi Newsroom, we want to look at the trend of these crimes. We want to find out from the family of the late General Constable Emmanuel Osei how they received the news and what their demands are. We want to speak to the father of the victim briefly. First of all, our condolences from Citi TV, Citi FM. How did you receive this news?
In fact, just on the air, somebody called, informed, told us that we are sorry that we have received such a nasty news. My wife asked her, who are you? What is wrong? He said, Kobe is under him. He went to work, and then something has happened. So they are coming to inform us about the whole story. Then from there, somebody just called me from Kumasi, a friend, that what is happening in the house? I said, nothing. Nothing is happening. Because we haven't heard anything. Then he said, they have seen it on the news. So he has seen the picture. He knew the boy. That is Kobe. I said, what? I'm not sure. And then it was there that the commander also called. That's right. Then he's coming. This was has happened. So he's coming. So I just called him back down. The commander is coming. So what he's saying is right. Then my knee started wobbling. I can't stand. So I sat down. And then my daughter came comforting me that I should hold on, I should keep quiet. This is the time he needed me. So let's hope for the better.
Help us understand, what type of person was your son? What was he like?
Hey, as for my son, I call him my father because he was born on Wednesday. My father is also called Kwaiku. So I saw him. He's so sober that if you are talking to him, he won't answer you. So anytime he wants to talk to me, you go and see the sister. They will discuss, and the sister will come and then bring the news. And I'll call them, and we discuss. If I'm mistaken, they will tell me, you are mistaken. I apologize. And when they are also mistaken, I make sure that you also apologize, and they leave. So we are just like brothers and sisters in the house. If he's around, he's in the room. So I asked him, Bobby, he's all in the room.
If you had the opportunity to speak to the powers that be, what will be your message based on the loss you have suffered?
My message is, I won't say my son is dead, so I'm counting on my son. From my observation, police or the security are left ajar. They should be protected. Because of not being protected, they are also not working well. So I hope if they are protected, are given the protection, they also work well and protect us. Yes.
Thank you very much. That's the father of the late General Constable Emmanuel Osei. Earlier, we spoke to the mother as well, obviously broken and in tears. Ma bra 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 bra. And I'm a man, no, but woman, and I am a 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 and I am I'm away of it, and the way of it, and the way of it. The Inspector General of Police, Mr. James Opombuenu, together with some members of the Police Management Board, POMAB, has arrived here at Kaswa Millennium City to the family house of the late General Constable Emmanuel Osei, who was shot dead by unknown assailants while on police duty escorting cash on a bullion van. The IGP is here to commiserate with the family. He is yet to make an address, and so we are joining in to pick that statement by the IGP and of course the response by the family. Obviously a solemn mood here. You can hear some wailing in the background, some crying. Of course, shook by the news of the death of their beloved, they are all in a solemn mood. And so we're joining this interaction between the Inspector General of Police and the family of the late General Constable Emmanuel Osei.
Onyo bia esenka owu. Na mom Nyankopon hye yina ye mu bia ante ase. Enti mom yanka yakomanto yem. Na me fa kwan so ehye mo be. Se sa efa me gidi se o me yahufo. Na me ka kire se yahufo ni na se ye sa be ka omo. Mo me yina nya hwehye mu police form.
So the Inspector General of Police has finished speaking with the family, addressing the family, making some assurances as to the commitment of the service to bring the perpetrators of this act to book. He's now shaking them, obviously, to take his leave. The IGP donated boxes of water and an unspecified amount of money to the family to help them in their preparation for the funeral. We're going to attempt to speak to the IG briefly, see if we can get a one-on-one interview with the IG. Well, gleaning from your statement yesterday, your subsequent meeting with the banks and the Bank of Ghana, your personal visit to the family, obviously the police hierarchy has been touched by the death of this young man. How far up are we willing to go to bring an end to this and, of course, restore public confidence in the police service?
You see, normally in a security system, if you have a strategy and the strategy is breached, you go back, regroup, and try to, after making your assessment, you try to mend those breaches. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Like I said, we're going to find out why the officer was put on a vehicle when he didn't have the protective clothing and that. But those are part of the investigations. So I wouldn't want to go deeply into that. But I can assure you that we are doing what we can, and whatever it takes to make sure that these guys are brought to book, we'll do that.
Right. We've seen a number of these attacks on bullion vans, these type of robberies, especially daylight robberies. Do we suspect a syndicate behind this, or could they just be spontaneous?
Well, I can't tell for now until we are able to finish with the investigation, and then we'll come out with the findings. Because now I might, if I want to comment on that, I might end up saying something which the Commissioner CID might not want to go out. So for now, let's say that the investigations are being carried out, and would how do you call it? I will let the results come out as soon as we finish. As I indicated, when crimes are committed, you have procedure that you go through. You activate your informants and you take the necessary steps. Apart from intensifying your patrols and making sure that it doesn't occur again, you start your investigative processes, which we have already put in motion. If you recall, yesterday we issued a statement, and before that, I had instructed the Commissioner CID to take over the case because of the importance we attach to it. So he has started, and I'm sure, as I indicated, we will definitely get them. And let me assure you that we are not just sitting down. We have had a series of meetings with the banks and the companies that deal with cash. We call them cash in transit vehicle companies. And just before I came here, I had a meeting with the governor of the Bank of Ghana, as well as the executive members of the Association of Bankers of Ghana. And these are issues that we discussed. And from now on, let's say from 30th of this month, any bank or any company that does not have a bulletproof, a bullion van, we are not going to provide any service for that company.
That was the Inspector General of Police, James Opombuenu, addressing the press after commiserating with the family of the late General Constable Emmanuel Osei. The Inspector General of Police, James Opombuenu, earlier met with the Association of Bankers and the Bank of Ghana. The police service subsequently organized a press conference to brief the media on what transpired during that meeting.